Hamilton Radio Studios from 206 to the 609 and beyond. It's WTF with Tracy and Friends. The most fun you can have on a Wednesday with your clothes on. Now, the 2023 nominee for Best Female Podcast Host, Tracy Brannigan.
Chips too.
I thought I was going to pick the snacks when the snack time
You can pick the
came.
snacks anytime you want. If you're
There we
just
go.
joining us now, welcome to WTF with Tracy and Friends. I'm Tracy Brannigan, and this is my co-host, Jason Marinko.
Good evening.
It is Wednesday, March 6th, 2024.
Yes, it
Welcome
is.
back, guys. Big show tonight. You guys are missing out. If you want to see the pre-show, we go live on TikTok around 7:15ish for all the pre-show shenanigans. You missed a whole thing. But we're going to start this off with Charlotte the Stingray update. This damn stingray has not given birth yet.
Treachery.
I at this point, I feel like we've been duped.
Treachery of the highest order.
I don't.
for certain.
Is this
Yes.
stingray
That
really
aquarium
pregnant?
needs to be looked into.
How do they know this stingray is pregnant indeed? Like, what are they doing over there? This has been, she's in her 40th trimester. What's happening? When is this? Like, I'm about done with it.
This could be our last Stingray update.
Multiple times a day, I'm checking the Twitter feed. If you want to check the Twitter feed, it's Team ECCO on Instagram. Oh, I'm sorry, not Twitter, the Instagram feed. Just fishing for updates.
Fishing for updates.
Pun intended. It's just, I couldn't help myself there. All right, so we're going to talk about Girl Scout cookies today. We are talking about Jason Kelsey's retirement and some mysteries. We got some really good things to chat about tonight. So first of all, you had a good weekend?
I did, but I have an announcement.
What is the announcement? Drum roll? Do we need a drum roll?
Sure, for this event, it deems. Sunday, April 7th, I will be at the capital city for the Trenton Punk Rock Flea Market
Oh,
at the New Jersey Cure Arena. And I got to tell you, I've never been yet, but this looks, it is the 6th and the 7th, but I can only be there on the 7th because everything is sold out for vendors. They are going to have everything and anything there for you, and it should be a good time to come on out. And, of course, if you already have your copy of Starry Nightmares or my book, Time the Avenger, come get those signed there or get them right there, and we could talk and have a grand old time.
that's awesome. I will be bringing Time the Avenger to get re-signed.
We
since
gotta
I
re-sign.
wore off the
Yes.
signature. But I've heard just nothing but great things about the Trenton Punk Rock Flea Market. I've never been, but they've been doing it for quite a few years now.
I believe started regular in the Roebling Plaza and
Yeah,
has
and
gotten
then
so big that they
expanded.
need where I go to see WWE matches and events at.
Yeah.
Which I've always liked the Trenton Arena. I mean, it feels like one of those arenas where you say there's not a bad seat in the house.
There really isn't.
But we will be on the floor. I've been to Comic-Con. I kind of watched the previous ones, and it has that vibe like the cons.
Yeah?
Yes, and the advertisers there, you can put your ads on the jumbotrons. The first 100 people are getting incredible swag bags. The first 100 admitted. So then that's from all the merchants and vendors. They put something together for you. So I am very excited about that, and hopefully, Devil Expo in May after that.
What's the Devil Expo? I never heard of that.
Oh, okay. Well, it's disguised as a thing where, you just go there to celebrate New Jersey folklore and the Jersey Devil, but they're actually indoctrinating you into early Satanhood. No, I'm kidding. No, it is actually from the Paranormal Bookstore in Asbury Park Press. It's a celebration of folklore and urban myth in Asbury Park, New Jersey, and they have this yearly, and I'm looking forward to go because a lot of authors end up there, and I think my
Cool.
books definitely fit the
They sure
genre.
do. Awesome. Ruben, we should do a live from the Trenton Punk Rock Flea Market. I'll see if
I
can get a
was
press
thinking the
pass.
same thing.
Should we do a live, a remote?
What?
What?
Some-
He's like, what?
Sunday the
What? Wake up,
7th.
Ruben.
Well, no. It's not impossible, but we could do it from like the cell phone.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Let's.
I have a 10 by 10 table. You see, I only need this much space.
All right.
Right.
We'll.
2 books. Posters behind me.
I I can interview you right there, and like we'll have
I
a
would
whole
absolutely
crowd,
love
the whole
that.
thing.
Yes, yes.
Q&A. Oh, it's a Q&A with the author.
You are the only Q&A I've had to date, and it was wonderful. By the way, that was my first time on,
Well, good.
and yes, I had so
We'll
much
do it
fun.
again.
I
We'll
just
make like a big
kept coming back.
spectacle, and people will be like, "Who's that guy? Who's that author?" Like,
Jason,
let's go check him out.
Is that in? I heard you say the 7th. This is that June or May?
April.
Oh, April. Oh,
Yeah, Ruben, don't go messing me up now. The Devil Festival's in May.
April 6th and 7th. May, he's with Satan. He's busy that day.
Yes, it'll be Q&A.
I do apologize.
Q&A
I
with
was
Satan.
getting the graphics ready.
Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Now I unorganized all my notes here. Good God. Well, that's going to be fun. And yeah, would love to do like a little live over there. That'll be good times. Okay. Sorry, my notes here, because there's a lot of them. So first, we'll just get into Jason Kelsey's retirement.
Yes.
I know you're not a fan. You're a Raiders fan.
Oh, I am. Yes, but one of the NFL's good guys, and you
The
really
best.
can't go again that. So I did find a lovely story to contribute to what you have to add about the retirement.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm really glad I got into football this year. I never really cared about it before. Like, if you don't have like skin in the game with either like fantasy football or a pool, like there's really no reason for me to watch it.
Okay.
So we started our own fantasy football league. What's that? We started our own fantasy football league this season. So I really got into football.
Okay.
And I really liked it. And then I watched the Kelsey documentary on Netflix. And, it was at that moment I was like, I'm in love with the whole Kelsey family. They're just amazing. So
Yes.
I was surprised. Well,
Getting to know them under the helmet sometimes.
yeah,
is
like
good.
they're so down to earth, like real people. Like you just feel like you just hang out with them.
Okay.
You don't think that? Like
No, I think the brother's a jerkwagon, but again, the Jason Kelsey, I think he's a good guy.
the brother's a jerk wagon.
Yeah, yeah.
What is a jerk wagon exactly? No, I'm kidding. I haven't heard that in so long.
Stay
About
with
35
stay with the
years.
story. Took
Anyway,
you back 35 years to jerkwagon.
I remember that so I was 10. That was funny. That was a good one. But I wasn't surprised. Like we all knew that he
It's
was
the right
gonna
time.
retire. Absolutely. It's totally the right time.
Yeah.
But I was surprised when I was, working, I'm at home working and then like the press conference comes
Sure,
on and I'm like, oh my God. And this man, he could barely get through that speech. Did you see
It's
it?
incredibly.
Did you see it live?
I
Or-
did not, but I know how emotional sports figure retirement speeches can be.
He was crying. I was crying.
It's
Like,
it's
it
one
was
of
very emotional.
one of my favorite comedians, Dennis Leary, always says it's really not acceptable for a man to cry. There's only certain times when you can, and it's like maybe like a great sports guy retires, you could have like one tear,
Got a
and
little
you go
tear.
like, it's a sports guy, he'll live after this. Like,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
the guy's dying. but-
The silence, like he just had to stop a couple times just to, compose himself, get it together.
Like or hate the Eagles. Their city is behind them 1,000% every year, do or die. You
Yeah.
know, so he is definitely one of those guys that has that connection to the city, to the people, and means so much to him.
The people love him.
Yes, they do.
He's beloved, the most beloved Eagle.
I read a story about the Eagles equipment manager for the last 16 years. He has taped him up before every game. Unfortunately, the man is sick and he had cancer, and he could not tape him up for the Tampa Bay game. It's the first time in the entire career that he could not do Jason Kelsey's ankle wraps, hand wraps, whatever he taped up before the game. And he said, "I'm so sorry." And Jason told him, "You can tape me up before my retirement announcement." And I suppose that, he definitely did.
Got
So-
taped up for that? I
Yeah,
didn't
well,
realize.
it's something that you have to do, so you get ready like you normally would. And, I just thought that was an incredibly touching story. These relationships that, even regular people, someone you work with, it could be the cleaning person that you've been in the same building with for 10 years that,
Right.
you come across, you have that thing you do together.
Yeah.
Whether it's passing each other or throwing, this over here. So I thought that was a really incredible story.
And I think we don't realize how many people there actually are in the organization, like behind the scenes people, like
Sure.
how many people it takes to operate the Eagles. Like there's a lot of them. But yeah, good guy. It was very touching. And shout out to 6ABC who did not censor the whole broadcast at all. He dropped an F-bomb. He was talking about called somebody a dick.
They went
talking
live.
about balls. They went live, the whole thing. So shout out to 6ABC. Thank you for not censoring it. It was amazing. Like just to be sitting there and hear that F-bomb at 1:30 in the afternoon. You're like, what?
With 6 ABC, I believe, was just last year. Jim Gardner retired.
Yes.
and that was pretty incredible thing that
Brought
they
a
put together.
tear to my eye,
Well,
too.
sure, it's your life.
Jim
It's
Gardner,
your life.
Uncle Jim. Like,
yes,
did we
exactly.
not grow up with Jim Gardner?
From every home I've been in.
Yep.
It's always been so. Yeah, it was a mainstay.
It's funny how and the song, the theme song, the same theme song still. Like
They can't change that song.
they can never change it. It's just everybody knows it in the area. Like the local news, those people are so influential.
Yeah, I think that you get that everywhere in the tri-state area. You have, like, we have our 6, and that's Philly, obviously.
Right.
And then we have 9 for New York. If you live in northern Jersey, that's who you see regularly. And, you're always going to have that strong local news presence regardless of online or anything because it's like tradition, right?
Yeah.
The action news, Jeopardy,
Dun,
your
dun,
Wheel of
dun,
Fortune.
dun. Wheel of
When
Fortune.
I bartended, they'd be like,
Yes.
put Wheel of Fortune on or what? And I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. We switched it after Action News. So.
Well, every night as a family, we watch Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
Sure.
It's just like it's on every night.
Yep.
And Pat Sajak is retiring.
Right. Hey, how did they work that out? Is Vanna staying? Vanna White?
I think she's staying, and I don't know.
They didn't want to pay her.
I mean,
Is
she
it-
should retire too. I know, like Maggie Sajak is doing a lot.
Okay.
That's Pat's daughter. Like she's
Oh, okay.
doing a lot of things on social media, like really putting exposure out there, I guess, to the younger,
Of course, you have to. You have to adapt,
the
right?
Generation Z, the Gen
Is
Zers.
that what you are now?
What?
Is that what people are now? Z's?
Yeah, Z's.
I can't wait to talk about the mystery and my theory around the solved mystery.
Oh, all right. Well, you want to get into that?
Oh, no. Let's Jason Kelsey.
First, let me go back to
yes.
Kelsey because I found this guy on TikTok. Jukes, his name is, and Jukes did this thing 9 times. Jason Kelsey was that dude. So I thought that was a good little clip. Number 9 was the time he played the saxophone with the Philadelphia Orchestra. So he was the musician, in school growing up.
Oh,
he actually
okay.
thanked his band teacher
Sure.
in his speech. Number 8, when he did his cameo in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Great show. Did you ever watch that? You like that show?
No.
No?
I'd watch it if someone I know didn't like it too much. You ever have that happen?
Yeah, like they
They
overhype it,
just like-
and it just can't
yeah.
live up to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just liked it too much, and they wouldn't shut up about it. So I was like, no.
boycotting it.
It's a shame for me because I like good show like that and Danny DeVito and all.
Well, maybe one day you'll
Maybe if
get
I get
into it.
sick or
There's
something and
nothing
I'm in the
on.
hospital and I'll throw it
On your
or something.
deathbed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
maybe
you
I'll
got to
give it a
save
watch.
some stuff in life. You got to save some stuff.
You're right. Well, number 7, that time he was named the sexiest man alive finalist. Number 6, when he made the Christmas album. Great Christmas album, by the way, the Eagles Christmas album. He's got a voice too. Like, is there
Well, if
anything
he was in
this
band, it
man
kinda
can't
goes
do?
hand in
Yes, I'll tell you. The time he became Fat Batman. Number 4, partying in the luchador mask that he found on the ground in Vegas.
Okay, I do enjoy a good luchador mask. That's good.
I mean, the fact that he just found it on the ground and put it on, didn't even wash it off.
It was meant to be.
He was like, when you find a luchador mask on the ground, you just put it on. You don't ask questions.
Could have been Rey Mysterio's. He could have just walked past.
The fact that he didn't get pink eye is unbelievable. But
It is tight, the luchador mask. You guys had
number
to wrestle.
3, the Super Bowl parade speech in the Mummers costume. Iconic moment for the whole city of Philadelphia and surrounding areas. I mean, that was epic. Number 2, when he broke containment at the Buffalo Kansas City game. When he jumped out of the box, climbed back in, jumped out again.
I don't know what do you mean?
When Kansas City played Buffalo of the championship game.
Oh, when he was partying in the
yeah,
box.
he was
Oh, no.
partying. He broke
And
containment
that was
and
great.
jumped
Yes.
out of the window. Like he
Yes.
was just.
Wait, and he picked up the little girls so they could see
Yes.
their favorite singer.
Yep.
Not saying her name.
And there's.
Tired of
You
it.
don't want to hear it.
tired
I was
of it.
trying not to say
That's
it.
why I just. But I thought
Ruben
that was really
said it
cool.
earlier.
I thought it was really cool that he
He's
did
a
that.
cool guy.
That
Girl
could have
dad.
been number one too.
Girl dad. He's got 3 little girls. He knows what to do. And his number one moment, they say, is when he got the Eagles line in the Sports Illustrated body issue. I don't know what year that was. I didn't do my homework, but
Okay.
you know the body issue? Everybody's naked in it, like Penthouse. Now I'm just
No, I know. I didn't know Sports Illustrated did that.
yeah.
I thought they put like chicks with dicks on the cover. Now I didn't know. I didn't know what they're doing.
I don't know what they're doing, but they do.
Oh, I think they fired like half the staff of Sports Illustrated. I don't even think it's going to be a thing anymore. I forget. That was recent. Yeah.
This year's swimsuit issue.
Yeah. I mean, they put Martha Stewart on the swimsuit issue the year before last, and then I think it was a dick chick on the last one. So yeah.
You know what's crazy? Like you don't even hear it. Like it used to be such a big deal. The Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue when that came out. Like I didn't even hear about it the last 2 years. I didn't even know they were still making that.
Kathy Ireland, always my favorite.
But she wasn't the first one.
Oh no,
But
no,
she was
one of many from
Yeah.
that time period that
An
was
icon, an iconic.
Oh, absolutely. You know
Sports
what she makes
Illustrated.
all her money in though?
What?
Ankle socks. Kmart ankle socks. She got the license on those when people switched from the tube to the ankle sock.
Really?
And they had like I mean, and then she moves on to Kathy Ireland furniture, and it just goes from there. Yeah.
So
She was doing well before those Armenian boutons. She had her own
she's
furniture then.
cornered the market on ankle socks.
Yeah. Early.
Go, Kathy Ireland.
Yes.
Good for you. All right. Well, do you want to get into the mystery?
Who doesn't want to get into a mystery?
All right. Ask the question.
All right. You have the opportunity to have one great mystery solved. This can be a personal one in your life or one as wide as the universe. What will you choose to have your mystery that's solved? What will it be? You only get one.
What's it going to be? Go first. Go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of cheating on my part, but solving this mystery might solve other ones. So that's like, the mystery of the universe, extraterrestrial life. I think, as my chiropractor said to me last year, he said, he's like, the Pentagon just admitted this in an open session. They had a meeting and said, yeah, there's stuff.
Correct.
And he said, and no one cares. All he cares is about is Jason Kelsey's brother and his girlfriend. And so
Not wrong.
yes. And so I think at this point in our human kind and everything and mankind, it would be really just ignorant to believe that we are the only form of life in the entire universe.
Absolutely. That would be
And-
crazy.
Right. And I went to the Hamilton UFO extraterrestrial meeting once, and it was pretty intense. They referred to me as a noob.
A noob.
They more or less told me that everything that has happened here and now has happened before.
What does that mean?
I didn't go to the next meeting. It was pretty intense, I'll be honest. But they probably still meet. I don't live in the area anymore, but Dr. UFO has a monthly meeting over there.
I would
if you're
go.
interested.
I would totally go. Love that stuff.
Okay. Because, after I went, everybody was like, well, what was it and everything? And, there was a little arguing. Like I said, it got pretty intense. But I think getting those questions answered would answer a lot of our other questions. And I also believe that what many refer to as the transgender agenda, where people are altering their bodies and everything, if you had to press me for an answer of where this comes from, think about every single picture you've seen of the Greys. The Greys meaning the aliens before. They don't have genitalia. They don't really have breasts. They're very as gender neutral as it can get. I think they've gotten us to start doing this, so we are more accepting of the alien when they come.
Do you think that there's going to be an event?
Yes, at the punk rock flea market on April 7th.
So don't miss it. Get there. Get to that trend punk rock flea market.
Yes, but I mean, I'll tell you, like one of our greatest minds, Stephen Hawking. He said, "Yes, I believe there is extraterrestrial life, and no, I do not believe we should seek them out because he doesn't think that would be good." But you got to understand, as he got older, before he died, Stephen Hawking was very bitter. And you know, he just keep going on and on and on about how there's no God and people just need religion to make themselves feel safer. So I don't want to call it predictions. His estimates were a little more angsty. But yeah, he believes they just take our resources and everything. But that's what his thing was on it. But no event. I don't know. You talk to anybody, they're like, "Oh, this is the year the shit's gonna hit the fan." But yet we always have another year.
Every year,
yes,
shit hits the fan. Wait till 2024. Yes. This election, we'll see.
Oh, there's that too, right?
Oh my gosh.
I vote for me every single year. That's who I vote for.
It's really I don't even want to get into it. It's so disturbing, everything that's happening. But yeah, I mean, I'm waiting just for the aliens to just. I'm waiting for the event.
For them to show their hand.
Yeah. I mean, they must, you know how they say we only utilize about 10% of our brain?
Right.
Like, they must think we're so stupid down here watching us, like so unintelligent and like.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
It must be a movie they watch. Like, what are they doing?
I mean, I don't know. I showed Michelle a video once, and she said to me afterwards, "Why did you just show me that?" And the idea is that, like 100,000 years, I'm probably way off on the time frame. But if you showed a simulation of our planet through all that time, that eventually the Earth will flip on its own magnetic field, and everything that we ever had here will cease to exist. And that's probable. It might be 100,000 years, it might be 500,000 years, but just based on our patterns. And she was very upset after I showed her that. And I said, I just wanted to show you, shouldn't worry about stuff too much.
You should know this.
Don't worry about regular stuff too much because, even like the guy who painted the Mona Lisa, that's going to evaporate too.
In the big scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of things.
We're just a dot on the...
Dust in the wind, dude.
Thank you. I couldn't think of it.
Yep.
Dust in
but
the
if
wind.
they are watching for entertainment, I hope they're enjoying
very
this
entertained. My gosh. Yeah, I hope they're tuning in to WTF.
Yeah, we're on to you.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. So
that's my mystery. Yeah.
I thought about it. I mean, I love my true crime, and there's so many like true crime stories that I would love to know the answer to. But if I could only know one thing, I mean, it's got to be big. So I just think I want to know what happens when you die. Like, what happens?
Good one. Very
because,
good.
I mean, it's just simple physics. Like, energy just doesn't cease to exist. It continues. If you know anything about physics and, like, what happens to our consciousness? Sometimes I wonder, like, maybe we're dead now. Like, maybe we're in purgatory right now, and then when you die, you're really being born. I mean, I'm going real deep right now, but
like a reincarnation.
Like, I often wonder that.
But,
like,
yeah, it's
when
a great
we
mystery.
die from here, are we actually being born into another lifetime?
Okay.
I don't know. These are the things I think about.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's probably a little bit of everything in that.
Yeah.
There might be a little reincarnation. I think this would be a good question if we ever talk to Susan.
Yes.
My new medium friend. If she could join us on the show, that'll be great. And to get her perspective on that.
I would love to ask her that. I know somebody that does past life regressions. Did you ever hear about that?
The Unwaxed podcast, the Stallone sisters talked about it.
Oh, did they do it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Sistine was an old man, and died. And that was all it was to her. I don't know.
I'm gonna do it.
I talk fast. They talk really fast too. And
Yeah.
you know, so they were blowing through it. I forget what the other sister was, but they did do it. It seems to be very popular now for people to look into this.
I'm doing that sometime in April. So we'll
are.
see how that goes. Yeah. But there's like been studies on it, and I mean, hundreds and thousands of people, time after time again, like in detail describe the same thing of what happens when you die.
The life flashes before your eyes.
There's a lot to it, but it was really pretty fascinating.
Have you had a moment in your life that like it put the zap on you where you were like, I'll give it to you right now. First time I go on King Ka, I'm in the front of the thing, and that thing catapults me at 250 miles an hour right to the peak of it. And it was like a purpley day, and I just heard like Jimi Hendrix in my head, "Excuse me as I kiss the sky."
Really?
Because that's what I felt like. I was going to come out of that cart and go into the sky. And as we came down, it just dawned on me. I said, well, when I die, if my life flashes before my eyes, that will definitely be in it right there.
That moment.
That will be
Yeah,
there. So
yeah.
can you think of any, I mean, of course, you know, something sentimental would always be there. This is going to be your slide. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how long you get, how long of a, you know, you
What's
get
the
to look.
time window?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Do
Is
I-
it 30 seconds?
Yes.
Do I get 10 minutes?
I want Martin Scorsese to do a 3-hour epic for me.
That's
That's
so
what I would
funny
want.
because I do think there are like those moments that you experience in life, and you know, I do think like, yeah, this is going to be one of those moments that's going to flash.
So okay,
Absolutely.
so you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So that gives us some kind of insight that we will be able
Yeah.
to pull back to
Yeah,
this moment.
absolutely. Like
Yes.
I call it the soundtrack of your life. Like there's
Ah,
certain songs,
nice.
there's like just moments that are so. I don't even know how to describe them, but you know, it's like just so impactful that
You're in
you're like,
awe
I
of
will
the
never
moment, so-
forget this moment.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Agreed.
I hope that's what it's like. We'll see.
I think we both have great mysteries. But to bring it back down to lower tier mysteries, if Tracy wasn't going to let me use that one, and she was going to be like, "No, that's aliens. That's easy." Who killed Jeffrey Epstein? Who killed John F. Kennedy? You could go, who
So
killed
many.
on?
Where's
and on
Jimmy
and on.
Hoffa buried?
The Jimmy Hoffa, yes.
That we need to know. What happened to John Benet Ramsey? The
Oh,
Utah,
that's a horrible one, yes.
You know,
Yep.
university kids.
Yes.
I mean, just so many things.
So many murders this past week.
This week?
So many murders.
What happened this week?
Gosh.
Gosh.
Every time I go to the restroom or to brush my teeth, I come out of the bathroom and Michelle tells me about someone else murdered.
Really?
I'm like, I can't hear them no more. I can't hear them.
I
It's
mean-
so many. Like, I mean, there was a little girl murdered. There was this one woman murdered, raped, and sodomized by 3 men and 3 women that she knew. Just you know, it's in Birmingham, Alabama. Just like
Jesus.
a lot of murder, just in a week span. You know, we like our true crime, our shows, and everything. But I'm just sitting there and going, you know, the shows are never going to end. They're just going to. This might be the only shows that'll be all the content with so many people getting murdered. Like you would think, with it being hard to get away with murder,
There would be less.
you would think. But then you got to think somebody that's going to murder people, they're not really thinking too straight to begin
Not
with.
in their right minds, right? And then there's
Right.
crimes of passion where you literally are out of your mind
Right.
at that moment.
Right. Yeah. So I just thought I'd mention that
I'm
to you. The
so
great
out of
amount
touch.
of murders the past week or so have just been. I've just been like, it's a lot of murders.
I'll have to catch up on this week's murder tally. I've been preoccupied with the damn updates for Charlotte, the damn stingray.
The stingray is
moment.
cutting into the murder racket.
It really is. It is. I'm off my murder count. Is that just like on the regular news? I don't even watch the news anymore.
No, like just YouTube clips of things, and of course the other clip you're constantly seeing is it's spring break coming up.
Yes.
And the state of Florida had said, it's not you, it's us. They said, we are breaking up with spring breakers. They have imposed curfews. They just don't want it not that they don't want the spring break tourism, but they just don't want everything that comes along with it.
I mean, who would? These kids these days are just feral. Absolutely feral.
Yeah, I just never get the whole jumping on top of the car, like body slamming yourself. I don't know. I mean,
Did you ever go away to spring break?
No, but I rode on the hood of my friend's car once while he was driving it. Yeah. Cops pulled us over. They're like,
Thank
what are
God.
you on, man? What are you on? And I'm like, what? They're like, what drugs are you on? I was like, I don't do drugs. They're like, why are your eyes all watering? Now me,
Sure have been holding onto the hood of the car.
they got him over there, and they got me over here. I'm giving this whole story. We were playing basketball. I got allergies, this and that. He's over there. He's like, yeah, we were screwing around. He was riding on the hood of my car. That's why the cops separate.
That's exactly, of course. Did you ever watch Cops? That show is
Sure.
still on.
Cop stresses me out. I would at my parents' last Trenton address. The computer was where the TV was, and my dad would be watching like Cops reruns, and I'm trying to type like papers or whatever, and it's like put it down, grab him, and I'm just like I can't do anything with this on. It's like it's too much
But
Cops
you
going
can't
on.
help to get sucked into it. It's like that show Naked and Afraid. Like, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch Cops, but like 2 minutes into it, I need to know what happens. What do they find in the car? Like, when the guy takes off, are they going to catch him? Like,
Sure,
I get so sucked into it.
I get it. No, I understand.
And now Cops Live. Did you ever see that?
Well, they had to take it off the air, but now on YouTube you got like the Florida deputies dash cam, and it's like so every state just went to YouTube, and
The car chases that are always on. Like, there's
I-
always one on TikTok.
I subscribe to Officer 401 or 411. And it was interesting because I wanted to know, like, before I go writing a good guy detective into a story, it's so cliche.
yeah.
Everybody's got a detective. They're a detective. She's a detective. She's a detective. She's good. She's looking for a killer. Do you even know what a real detective does? And that's what this man did. He was a regular foot patrolman, then he went to lieutenant to sergeant and became detective. And he's like, this is a day in the life of the detective. That's how I found him. And incredible insight he gives.
That is so cool. Like, you become a detective to write your story.
Well, I mean, it's the classic write what you know, right? I mean, or at least know about it. I mean, find something out. I mean, I've spent entire days watching classic Army videos about blasting caps and milling black powder. I don't know anything about explosives without,
You do now.
You feel like you didn't write anything that day, but you had to research it to
The
do it.
research.
Yes.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yep. So detective wise, I've known people that were detectives, but I don't know what their normal day to day is. And speaking of detective, the HBO True Detective season 4 is just it's getting they might have to take it off off the streaming. They might have to remove it completely. It's the worst thing. They said Jodie Foster and her co-star are the most unlikable things about the show. It
Really?
is horrible, stupid. Where you had just like outright stupid. I mean, I'm being nice compared to what YouTubers and people reviewing this are saying. It is just the previous 3 seasons of HBO's True Detective you would love the first season. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, you watch that.
I have to. I haven't
Woody
gotten
Harrelson
HBO yet.
and,
I have to get
Matthew
it.
McConaughey.
So much I want to see on there.
That's
I
like
love those two together. Yeah.
it's phenomenal, and it's these are smart crime thrillers, reality based. This has gone into the land of like zombies and witches in Alaska, and everyone's just too through with it.
Yeah, they're killing
But I
it.
do have to say, do you ever Walking Dead? Did you ever watch those?
No. But
The-
it's back, right? Like
yes,
the
it's
Survivors or something?
The Ones Who Live.
Okay.
The Walking Dead Ones Who Live, it's only a 3-part episode, but it has answered a lot of questions that you would have since The Walking Dead concluded. It's filled in a lot of those spaces, and I am enjoying it.
How long was The Walking Dead on? How many seasons are there?
You're putting me on the spot here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I like vampires, not zombies. I watched The Walking Dead as a peace treaty to Michelle for her living with me and me not having AMC. And I was like, look, I'll watch them with you. And it's very good. It is. It's very good. But if I had to say 7 seasons of it, maybe 9 seasons, you got to understand, at the time of its peak, that Walking Dead show, that beats the NFL in ratings on Sundays.
I know.
It
There's
was-
so many people that
Yep.
were so into that show, and I
Yeah.
just never got into it.
It's well, see, that'll be your sunny Philadelphia.
I have so many.
Like for
There's
me, I've
so
never
many
watched.
shows that I want to watch.
But
Just not
that-
enough time.
This one's only three episodes, and I watched the second one Sunday. Very good, and it's just like like I said, it's tying things up. It's answering questions where they were just leaving things open, and it was years ago.
Now, could I watch this new one first and then go watch the original? Would that ruin it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, see, that's the thing. This is the third spinoff. They had Walking Dead, Dead City, which had Jeffrey Morgan, him as Negan, and Maggie in New York, and that was really cool because The Walking Dead's usually in Atlanta, and this one they're in New York, and the zombies are just dropping from the skyscrapers. Which they're still not dying. They still want to kill you when they hit the ground. So that was a really cool premise because they've never been in a major city that way, like New York. And then they had the Daryl Dixon show where the character Norman Reedus plays winds up in Paris, and that was very good as well. And so this one is the bridging, and you're gonna have, it's pretty smart by them, and you're gonna eventually have, I believe, all these characters come back together again in one way or another.
Burning question. I need to know. What starts this zombie apocalypse?
A virus.
Oh,
Yeah. In the very first season, they figure the answer is to go to the World Health Organization, and they will have the
Okay.
answers, and they get there, and
no answers.
there is a man there who whispers something into Rick's ear, the main character of the show, the sheriff. I just got to say, the new ones, having Rick Grimes, the man who plays the sheriff that wakes up in the hospital during all this, he is like your quintessential hero. He is John Wayne. I mean, he makes bad decisions throughout things, but I root for Rick Grimes every time I see the show. He is like, he's just like your classic hero, and I enjoy the show because of him. And he's back in these newer ones.
All right. Well, I'll add that to the list. I think my phone died.
Oh, no. Well, hopefully they knew to switch over.
It's dead. I forgot to charge it. I'm the worst.
It's been, again,
I forgot
it's
my
raining
charger.
all day today. How could you keep... I stepped in
How could you
mud,
keep
my
a
socks
phone
wet.
charged?
I didn't wear boots.
Isn't this weather awful? And it's going to be like this all week?
Just,
Do you have an iPhone or Android?
Android.
Android?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, you do? Thanks.
charged up.
In my haste of leaving the house, I forgot to grab my charger.
Just think about these people that live in Seattle. How they doing?
I don't know how they could.
This
It's
is-
just awful, depressing.
Better them than us.
But the good news is the
There's-
clock's spring ahead. Saturday. You like my pen, huh?
I do. It's like a magic wand. It really is. I'm loving the pen.
So it'll be lighter out earlier.
Yes.
I mean, I hate to lose that hour of time. However, I'll take the light earlier. Thank you. Super producer Ruben Rodriguez.
Look,
Thank
you
you.
have a problem, and he produces the solution.
He does it all. This guy.
You're kind of SOL if you have an iPhone.
I hate iPhone.
Well, I hate that the last phone that I got, the regular port is just not USB anymore. So I have one thing I can charge my phone on. It's my computer. We're getting in fights about me taking chargers around the house. She's like,
Yeah.
you don't ever move this one. It stays in the wall by the
Stays
living
there
room. I needed a
stationary.
charger. Well, then you order yourself
Thank
one.
you.
I don't like to get odd chargers for regular charging. I like to get the kind that the phone's supposed to have.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I feel like it's quicker. If
Yeah.
you have the bootleg charger, it takes forever.
I also feel like these super Chinese superchargers that Michelle gets on Amazon are destroying her phones. As it's like, she's like, why is it so hot? I was like, I don't know. That's charging it in 20 minutes.
Bootleg charger on it. That's
Crazy.
why.
Yeah.
You gotta go by the voltage that the plug comes in, not the cable.
The block?
Yeah. I mean, these are from like blah, blah, but if you go by the voltage, I mean,
Who knew? That should be common knowledge, and nobody knows that.
they're not gonna tell you that. Yeah. That's why like the ones that you get are 5 and below. Longer,
I love Five and Below.
but it
What a
won't-
great
it
store.
won't overheat.
Cowtails.
Yeah.
Cowtails candies.
Oh, I'll get some for you guys next time I'm in Five Below.
Ruben, while you're here, did you have a mystery you'd like solved that we could elaborate further on?
I have a lot of mysteries. Some might be weird, but some might be
you could only know the answer to one mystery, what would it be?
No matter what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Over the 4th of July weekend, I was at actually I have it on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
the recording. My friend John was having a 4th of July, fireworks show. Like,
4th of July fireworks show.
all these
Okay.
fireworks, fantastic fireworks that he buys. And as I was sitting in the back, because you don't want to get burnt by the fireworks, because you're sitting really, really close. I was looking at the sky, and I saw these flying objects going.
A UFO. You saw a UFO.
Not one, but I saw 7.
7 UFOs.
Just like those showy aliens that pop up on the 4th of July.
Yeah. No, because first I thought
If they're watching us, you know they saw Independence Day.
I saw one.
Because I thought they were fireworks.
You ever
at
see one?
first. And I'm looking at it. I said,
No.
"Wait, fireworks don't go in and out, right?" And then one went out, and then like 6 more came out, and then they went up, they disappeared, and then they illuminated again, and then they started traveling, and then they started blinking out, like kind of like phasing out.
So you'd like to know the origin of what you saw?
I like to know, yeah.
Okay, that's very good. That's yeah.
And I have it on video because I caught it with my crappy phone. You can hear me saying, "Oh, this crappy phone."
Well, you'll find out.
There
If
you
we
go.
could ever have the power to learn the answer to the mystery, Ruben, you'll find out. But yeah, I'm sure it was UFO. Maybe it was a drone.
Yeah.
They brought back Unsolved Mysteries a few years ago.
Oh, I
Did you
can
catch any
still
of
hear the
those?
song to
So
that,
good.
the theme song.
You know, it was a mixed bag.
Oh yeah.
You never knew what you were going to get, right? The show is on. Robert Stack comes out. You see
That
this
voice.
great voice, yes, and he sets you up, and it's like, it could be as horrible as someone getting murdered, or it could be like the story of this dog who got lost 7 states away, who walked all the way back and found the owner. That you
6
didn't
years
know-
later.
You never knew what you were getting on Unsolved Mysteries, and
That's
and
right.
they really you didn't know how you were gonna what kind of show you were gonna get.
Well, here's a fun one. Here's a fun mystery. Why do hot dog packages come in a package of 8 and hot dog buns come in packages of 10?
I don't know.
Father of the Bride.
Ah.
Because some big shot over at the Bun Company got together with some big shot over at the Wiener Company and decided to rip off the American public. George Banks is
Jeez.
saying no.
Story of our life.
George Banks, yes.
Does that? Oh,
I
really?
forgot. That was a great movie.
Beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Original is Spencer
Steve
Tracy.
Martin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did a second part.
Yep. Steve Martin.
God, he was great.
Yeah,
Is he
that's
still
a great
alive?
one.
Yeah.
Do you know? Oh, this will go into.
What?
How
Say
old
it.
is he? How old is Steve Martin? Is he alive?
Oh, Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Probably about 75, 80.
I went in down
He
this.
does a show with
whole-
Selena Gomez, Only Murders in the Building.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like nominated for
Okay.
awards every
Really?
season. Martin Short's on it too.
Oh.
I went down the rabbit hole the other day looking at how old, like old celebrities are. Like the cast of Seinfeld, they're so old, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm old too. Like, just it was a whole moment.
Speaking of Seinfeld, the great Richard Lewis passed away, and I have
Yes.
always liked him. When I was a kid, even I would watch VH1 Stand Up Spotlight, and he would do a lot of the sets on there, and that's where I remember him from. And his episode on Curb Your Enthusiasm this past week, let's just say he went out on top.
Did he?
It was like the Seinfeld always went,
Yeah.
we're going out on top.
Yeah.
It was a great episode, and it was really good to see him, have this bit that he had in there where he's going to the recovery meetings, and he's still a comedian, even though he's in recovery, and he's killing at these meetings like you would expect to kill at an open mic. And it was just really cool. And, it's, they dedicated the episode to him, and that was very nice. So, yeah, it's just one of the more enjoyable.
Curb is such a great show. It's so great. And I didn't know that Larry David and Richard Lewis were like the best of friends. I had no
A
idea.
beautiful tribute he wrote to him. We were born in the same hospital. We went to the same schools. and we're very dear friends. And it was he said, but today he made me sob, and I'll never forgive him for that because they have that hate lover relationship.
Yeah.
Yep.
They went to camp, the same camps.
Yes.
And they hated each other.
Well, they were always friends, but they have like this, like, you know, yeah, like you know, like I don't know if girls do that. Like where you have a friend where you're just always digging at each other.
Yeah, I think there are. Yeah, there's some mean girls.
I think sisters maybe, but not girlfriends though. That like are good friends, and you're just like, what are you wearing today?
Yeah,
You
there's
know,
some girls like that. They call them frenemies.
Yeah.
You ever heard the term frenemy?
Sure, but I don't
Frenemy.
think those are really the girl's friends.
I think Larry David and Richard were like kind of like rivaling siblings kind of way.
That's
Yeah,
more like it.
brothers.
Yes,
They were.
yes.
Yeah, they were brothers. Well, rest in peace, Richard Lewis.
Yes.
Well, that got me started on the whole thing. I was like, how old is he? And then, oh man,
And that made you look at the Seinfeld people.
sure did.
Yeah,
Made me
I
look at
had
a lot of
magazine,
people.
It's not People's Word. They had Seinfeld at the cast when they did the last episode, the final
Yes.
episode. And I forget the name of the magazine, but I have it in my room where they're dressed all in the same costume as in Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. They put the
so-
Seinfeld in the characters. Elaine was Dorothy, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I can't believe it's been that long since.
Appreciate the Wizard of Oz much more as an adult than I ever did as a kid.
Oh yeah,
It's so good.
it really
It's
is.
a good story.
Ooh, there's two mysteries in that one.
I had a great premise given to me by my previous supervisor. He said, I'll give you a story. He said, I'm just going to give you this and you write it. He said, instead of following the yellow brick road, she goes the other way. And what happens that way?
Oh.
Yeah.
Now that's
I-
a story.
Yep. Yeah. That was a lot to it. So do you have your WTF?
Yeah, well, this is part of my WTF moment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, my
The
WTF.
elderly Seinfelds.
My WTF this week was just feeling so old. I went to the doctor's, and usually the doctor's like an old gentleman. You know?
Older than you.
Yeah, much
Okay,
older than
okay.
me. And now the doctors are so young. Like, I mean, he had to be just out of school. I mean, he was so young. He looked like a child. Great doctor though, but it just made me feel really old. That, God, he's a kid.
Yeah, but Tracy, you don't look old.
Well, thank you.
Yes,
but
you should. But this
I
is
know
just
how
a
old
feeling.
I am, and I know
but
that
from
I'm
her
actually old.
perspective, the doctor should always be older than me. And I'll tell you what, it's not a bad one to have. I always favor experience.
Yeah, well,
Check this out. If you're flying on a plane, right, and you have two captains to choose to fly your plane, you have one guy who is, let's say, 24, and you have the other guy who might be 65. Who would you choose to fly the plane?
I choose drunk Denzel Washington from Flight every time. I know he's going to get us safe to the ground.
I want Captain Sully flying my plane. Remember that guy?
Have you seen Flight?
No.
Sea Flight.
No.
Denzel Washington. See, another pilot movie. You know, I know the story of the Miracle of Sully. That's a good pick too. Hey, what happened? Like pilot movies out of nowhere. You just got a whole bunch of pilot movies going.
Yeah.
There was something I was reading on Facebook. Somebody said the thing, and the wife complained that the pilot would look too old in his glasses.
Oh,
And the husband goes, "Why are you complaining about that? Oh, he's too old to be playing." But the husband goes, "I rather trust a guy that has to wear glasses who has over 40 years experience flying a plane than some young punk who just graduated."
Yes.
I just can't even land a plane right.
you can't put a
Yeah.
value on experience.
That's
it
right.
must be garnered over time.
So I was feeling really old, going down the rabbit hole. Then Richard Lewis passed away. So I said, how old was he? So Googling, all the ages of these people. And I'm like, damn, they're old. And then I was like, damn, I'm old. Like, I'm getting old as well. And then my friend sent me this meme. It was so funny. It was perfect. When you see an old person, when we're out, you see an old person, and then you realize you went to high school with them. Well, that was my whole week. Like, that was
An
That
old
was my
person,
week, yeah.
Yes. Well, you know the one I always love. Either the music at the grocery store is getting older, or
Oh.
it's getting more awesome, or I'm getting older. I just always, because I'll tell you, me, 3 other guys don't know them. We're in line at Walmart, songs playing. We don't know any of the words, but all 3 of us were in line so long at Walmart. Back, Jack, do it again. Do me a spin. And that's when the meme popped in my head. I was like, we don't even care that we're singing this with each other.
We call those songs ShopRite classics.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
like,
it.
I mean, there's some bangers on
Yeah,
ShopRite, you
yes,
know?
no doubt
I
about
worked at ShopRite in high school, and they would just play those songs on a loop. So now when I hear them, my God, it's a ShopRite classic.
I'll give you one. How about this? In my home, the radio was always on. I worked at Wawa. At that time, Wawa had 2 satellite music stations that they played.
They did?
One played 40s and 50s, and the other played all 60s. Either number 1 or 2 was on. Put on an oldies station now, you don't get anything pre-70s.
Yes,
It's
80s stuff.
80s.
I haven't heard New Kids on the Block.
So all those songs are like disappeared that I knew that were my parents' oldies.
Yeah.
You know what I think is?
So that's
Oh, sorry.
no, go
We're
ahead.
getting old. That's what it is. That's what it
I
is.
think it is like when we listen to what our parents probably listened to, like they probably consider like from the 50s, like like Elvis and
The Beatles,
the
yeah.
Beatles and so forth like that. We perceive that as being the classics.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely right.
But now that we're older,
The new
the
classics,
new classics come back.
ShopRite classics.
ShopRite
Imagine
classic.
though, like say if you go to when I filmed last September,
Uh-huh.
we have like the doo-wop concert, they sung songs from the 60s and the 70s and even the 50s.
And
Right.
you knew them.
Yeah, and I knew 'em.
You
But
were
now
rocking out.
Imagine maybe 10 or 20 years now that you hear people getting on stage singing New Kids on the Block. or
Right.
Backstreet Boys or AC/DC.
But you do, yeah, you do though.
or Lil Wayne or
Freestyle music. My kids will be like, "Oh, we know that music."
My friend has been DJing freestyle. He's gotten back into it, and he's got his turntables out, and he is cutting up all those songs you probably love, and he's talking about going live on Fridays and doing something.
Where, when, and where, and get them on the show.
Okay, I will tell Mike that you said so.
Get them
Yep.
on the show.
Yeah, he's really been. I'll tell you, I even enjoyed. He's actually cutting and scratching too, which is like DJing to me.
Yes.
That's like real DJ when I
Yeah.
see that you're actually making something on the spot. So yeah, that freestyle stuff ain't going
we
nowhere.
need well, Johnny Rossi was just talking about putting together a freestyle
John Rossi, right.
freestyle night,
Okay.
and I was like, "Do it! I'll be there." Good times. Anyway, we really digressed.
Yeah.
What
WTF.
was your WTF moment?
Okay, my personal WTF moment has to deal with a lack of social presence in so many people out there in the world.
No awareness.
None.
Walking around with no self-awareness.
Nope, it's just your world. We're all just living in it.
Yep.
Okay, and it forced me to remember one of my favorite Academy Award acceptance speeches when Jamie Foxx wins the award for Ray, the Best Actor, for when he played Ray Charles.
Are you okay? Need a water?
I have water. It just lumped me.
McClumped.
Yes.
Self-acclaimed.
And
Talking about Jamie Foxx.
yes, no, yeah. it was- And he says, he thanks his grandmother for giving him that kind of awareness. And he said that his grandmother told him once when he was acting up, act like you've been somewhere before. Right now, we have people who are acting like they've never been anywhere before.
Like damn fools.
2 times in the past week. I got to thank these people because you're giving me my WTFs like no other. I seem to be a magnet to this
Ton of
type
material.
of shit. I went to the lovely El Mariachi Taco Grill. I write. I read. I like to read on my lunch and eat. I sit down. Here we go. Guy right next to me. I take a late lunch, so it's empty. And on speakerphone. What are you doing? Nah, I'm at the. I have
whole
no problem. I just
conversation.
picked up the whole tray, walked to the other end of the restaurant, ate over there. Yesterday, same thing. 2:30 lunch enjoying my chicken Caesar at Cafe Antonio's Pizzeria. Booths here, chairs there. Here comes this character. Orders one soda, sits right next to me in the booth. Fuck face. Okay. Now, I was already more than done with my meal, so I just dealt with it. I was, it was like a third through. We're just finishing up the rest. And, same shit. And what are you men talking about on the phone anyway? What are you? Schoolgirls? What are you doing? This and that. There's 5 things a man should say on the phone. Where are you at? Do I need to get you? I'm on my way. When are you here? When am I? That is it. That is it. You just think about your father at work. You don't call your father at work and bullshit him up. What are you bullshitting about?
So funny.
Yeah. So again, lack of social presence, degeneracy everywhere.
It's rampant.
But my question to you is, we all come in these intolerable situations. How do you adapt to that? Where like my thing is to get up and move if I'm still eating. What do you do to tolerate such things?
I have actually followed somebody around the store because I then became engrossed in their conversation, and I had to in ShopRite follow this woman. I had to hear what was going on. It was a whole thing on speaker.
But okay, so you want to know what the conversation is.
I do. I'm so nosy.
Even if it's stupid? They ain't talking about nothing.
No, it was a good conversation. It wasn't like nothing. It was a good story.
I had a good one on a train ride down to North Carolina about, it was Auntie and Leroy's woman, and they were going on and on about Leroy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Leroy makes messed up breakfast, and it was just, after a little bit of an hour of Leroy, I put in my earbuds, but
yeah, I mean, I was invested in ShopRite listening to the conversation.
Let's say it's, you're with someone and you want to talk to them. Like if I go to a diner and it's like 1 a.m. and the bars have just let out and there's loud people sitting over there and you try to put me in the booth next to them, I do this. I hear.
You'll move. Yeah.
I'm not going to sit right next to the party. I mean, I used to be the party group from after the diner.
Right.
I wouldn't want to sit next to me either. Don't put me next to them.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that you adapt to. Like my thing is, it's like, I'll just move. If someone's talking in a movie, I'll just move my seat. If I can't move my seat, I'll just ask for my money back. If I don't ask for my money back, I'm already in the theater. I'll go see another movie.
Yeah, I've never been that bothered by somebody talking. I don't know. I guess I'm used to loud
the speakerphone, and then you got people just playing their own music or videos like you want to hear them.
Right.
Yeah.
Like earbuds, people. Earbuds.
What's the matter with you?
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. When I'm at home, I don't like things in my ears that much. So I play my regular music, and Michelle's in the living room. She's like, I can't hear the TV. It's like, that's at home though. Yeah, I'm not going to go play in my JBL speaker box for you next to me at Taco Bell to listen to. You don't want to listen to that. So that's my public, my personal WTF. Here is my public. Can you see who that is?
Show them who that is.
Those that can't, that is Cassandra Peterson, better known as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Elvira.
Okay. Now, for those who don't know, she has been igniting erections for the past half century. When I seen a comic book with Cass on there, and I said, let me, I'll get my regular Batman books this week, and I'll grab an Elvira. Now, the same company, Dynamite, did a thing with Betty Page, Queen of the Pinups, where Betty Page goes on these secret missions and everything, and she's not just a model. Tastefully done, lots of fun, sexy, cool. So I grabbed this. First issue, Elvira meets H.P. Lovecraft. I get to the second page, and already H.P. Lovecraft is one of the most terrifying horror writers ever. And yes, for his time, he had lots of phobias, and he was very racist. I don't need that in an Elvira comic book, okay?
So ruining Elvira for you?
How could you fuck that up? It's Elvira. She's hot. She's the mistress of the dark. And you're fucking shit up here on me. It's a comic book. I didn't go past the 4th page. It sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so disappointing.
Yeah, so that's like a WTF. I mean, you look at that cover; it's intriguing, right? It's like, oh, let's see.
This is gonna be good.
And she always brought that kind of fun to horror and everything. That kind of, it was like her thing. But I went down a little Elvira rabbit hole for my WTF. First man Elvira ever hooks up with. Elvis Presley.
Really?
Yeah. He married like Priscilla when she was like 16, right?
I think 14.
I think Cass was like 17 at the time. Then after that, Tom Jones.
So Elvis was a creep.
Wait a minute. Okay, are
Really?
you going to watch the Priscilla movie? Do we care enough about Elvis's wife to watch a movie about it?
Yeah, nah.
I was like, what? Yeah, no.
Yeah, nah.
And yes, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I think she was like 14 when they met. Creep.
The wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but I digress.
No,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
right.
Go ahead.
Also, her other lovers were Tom Jones, Thunderball, Just a Love Machine, Not Unusual to Be Loved by
ShopRite Classics,
That's
I
a
might
ShopRite
add.
Classic. So, and then Jimi Hendrix as well. And
Elvira and
she,
Jimi Hendrix?
throughout her life, some of the most known celebrity men ever divorced, I think, a few years ago. And took up with a woman, actually. Her and a woman are together. She found out she loves this woman.
Go Elvira.
Yes, just, I love Elvira. And again, this is the writer, and, she's just lending her character
The
to
character,
this.
correct.
But,
Oh, well,
do better,
sorry,
Dynamite.
that was disappointing.
This is no Betty Page, Queen of the Pinups here.
You can write one.
But I can't draw. Artist, open call to action. I would love to do a graphic novel of Time the Avenger. A graphic novel with art containing the greatest epic revenge saga you've ever read in modern day.
Well, if you're a graphic artist, hit us up.
Yes?
WTFlivepodcast@gmail.com or slide into the DMs, as the kids say.
Yes, or if you wish to be a guest on WTF, also.
You or someone you know wants to
don't be
a
shy.
guest, talk about your business, what you're doing, or if you just want to
Get
be on
over
the
here.
panel, come be us. Tell us what flavor Girl Scout cookie you like the best.
Oh, chocolate peanut butter. It's a mainstay.
Is that the tag along?
Is that what it's called?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this: Girl Scout cookies. I like all of them that aren't lemon or anything like that. They're just all good.
I like the lemon one and the shortbread.
Right? Yeah. But
I like. The
I mean,
lemon.
even the ones that I wouldn't normally eat, they're good too.
Yeah.
They have something with those cookies that
I don't
we're
get
just
it.
never gonna get.
I
yeah.
just don't get it. I love a Samoa, but I just think they're all highly overrated. It's controversial opinion. I know.
They should
People are
call
gonna
it the
come for
Beyonce.
me.
Beyonce. Yep.
That's
I don't know.
overrated.
I always like the lemon ones. Every time I see them, I'm just like, oh, they got the lemon cookies.
Well, now and then there's two different kinds. Like there's two official bakeries for the Girl Scout cookies, and
Oh.
depending on what bakery, you get a different kind of like.
Is that what you mean when you say the Samoa? Is that a separate company?
No, that's the one with the coconut and the caramel.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Samoa.
about.
But then
I didn't know that.
The one bakery calls it something different. It's not a Samoa.
I
They
thought it was
call
called
it
like a coconut stripe or something
Caramel
like that.
Delight.
That's
That's what
it,
it's
Caramel
called
Delight.
now. Well, again, one bakery calls it, one supplier calls it the Samoa, the other Caramel Delight. I learned this last year because we talked about it. So I did some homework.
Oh,
But
didn't know
then
that.
there's two different kind of lemon, like there's
Yeah.
the lemon sandwich,
Sandwich.
and then there's the
Lemonades.
lemonades that are like frosted on top.
Top, yeah.
So it depends what bakery or Girl Scout.
Only thing is the
troop.
lemonades, because of the frosting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying. Only thing is like if you leave them out, they get a little hot or something like that.
What are you doing leaving them out?
Well, I put them in the refrigerator and they all
There's a
stuck
cookie
together.
Oh,
jar.
and they all stuck together. Well, like
That's not
everybody like
pleasant.
freezes like the
so
Thin Mints.
I'm trying to bite the cookie, right? So when I
Yeah.
take one out, it's like the stack like this. So I'm trying to break them off.
Yeah.
It's
Stuck
like,
together.
It's really stuck together. So when I broke one,
So
it's like
annoying. And you were looking
What's your
forward to these
favorite?
cookies.
What's
I was
your
looking forward
favorite
to
Girl
some
Scout
cookies.
cookie? What's the best one? What do you like, people? Tell us. Team
what is
Thin
your
Mint.
favorite one? I know you like the one. What's your best one, Jason?
if I did the one with the peanut butter and the chocolate.
I think
Peanut
it's the
butter chocolate?
tag
Yeah, a lot of
one.
people
The
like
cho-
that
the
one.
peanut
Oh,
butter
did I get
tag
it
one.
wrong when I said the peanut butter chocolate? It
Yeah.
was-
All right,
You know
well,
what
pick
I'm
us a flavor of the week while we're
Okay.
talking about
All
the
right.
Girl Scout
Here
cookies.
we go,
I
the
got a
flavor of the
story.
week.
I got a story about
It's
the
the
Girl Scout
flavor
cookies
of the
while you're picking
week.
snack. So there's this Girl Scout Troop 6000 in New York City that I just learned about, comprised exclusively of girls residing in a homeless shelter or in
Oh.
homeless shelters waiting to be placed into
Oh, really?
transition into permanent housing.
Oh.
And I just thought, wow. Like if I'm going to buy Girl Scout cookies, you can go to their website and buy like the cookies from them. And I just think it's so great that it gives these girls that are displaced like a sense of community, a sense of
Believe it or not,
belonging. And
You know, Greg Rapport, who does his Age on Angels, he helps kids that get displaced or even thrown out when they turn 18.
oh, really?
Yeah, he does a show here on Mondays.
Oh, that's cool. We should have him on one day.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
This made me think about that. I mean, I would love to, like, when I see the little Girl Scouts in the stores, like, I don't buy the cookies. I'll just give them a donation because I don't really care for the cookies. But if I knew, I would have.
Give the cookies to someone,
Right.
you know.
That's true. I usually just, give them like
at
$5
you.
or something.
Just-
Yeah.
Keep the
Yes.
cookies.
That's just very
but
nice.
I was just wondering is there a Girl Scout troop in New Jersey that does this kind of same thing? Like I would love to support a more local level.
Right.
So if anybody knows of a Girl Scout troop in New Jersey
Z.
that is comprised of homeless girls, drop us a line. I would love to know. Maybe even have them on.
Yes.
So
So you heard it right here. If you know any girls,
if you know, let us
homeless
know.
girls that are out there that are in the Girl Scouts,
Yeah,
contact
but what a
Tracy
great
on
thing
our show.
now for these young girls to, have that sense of community, feel like they belong to something.
Sure.
They're displaced.
Right.
Absolutely.
They make friends, and I it's brought a tear to my eye, and I'm not a crier.
Wow.
Great.
But all right, well, let's go on to flavor of the week. If we're doing both,
Okay. You
we
want to go?
can.
I got to tell you,
We can do.
I've been
both.
looking at these. and
Yeah.
I've been wanting.
Cinnamon or try
These
that.
are these are
Cinnamon.
cinnamon bun Oreos, and just I love Oreos, and yeah, who don't like
All
the
right,
cinnamon
let's
bun?
do it. And
Is it okay if
sweet
we do
and
two?
salty. We had snacks for months and months and months. Yeah, why
Okay.
not? Let's do two.
All right.
Let's
You got
get into it.
snacks.
All right.
These are from H Mart. We
Great.
picked these up at H Mart, so they're Korean. Oh, it's in English on this side. All right, cinnamon bun Oreos. I love cinnamon, so I'm
I love how you
excited
just
for
said,
these.
so they're Korean.
It's in Korean.
Tremendous. No, I know.
Clearly,
but I
it's
loved
in
how you
Korean
said
right
it.
there.
You can pick these up there, but they are Korean.
Oh my God, they're so little. Oh
Oh.
my God.
These ain't double stuffed H Mart. Step it up.
These are. Wait, is this every kind of Oreo now? Is everything like? Is it
You know what?
shrinkage?
Somebody
Oh, wait, there's a couple.
on.
No, but I mean they're just like.
Ooh, yeah.
You know they had
they're
the.
little.
Theatricality
Golly.
and deception.
Oh man, they smell good.
You know what? Last week Ralph on his show had the birthday cake one. Someone brought it in.
Ooh, they
wait.
smell
Yeah,
good.
Oh,
They weren't that good. Let's try this.
This smells good. I love cinnamon,
you ever
but
see Rounders?
I mean-
Teddy KGB.
I just saw Rounders for the first time 2 weeks ago. Pay the man his money. He earned it fair and square. What a great movie.
does smell good. Okay.
Oh, why did I break it open? I should not have done that. Is it?
I gotta split them open.
Now it's just regular cream. It's like a cinnamon cookie.
Freaking Oreos are so good.
It's actually not that bad. Oh. I can deal with it. I can deal with that.
Did we run out?
Oh yeah, I pass it on.
I mean, it's
there anything on
good,
that one?
but
We got a
regular
fire in
Oreo.
package number 2.
It's not bad.
I can't believe how little they are. How small it is.
Let me look again.
That's what she said.
You
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Things that you said.
Another
Okay.
cookie?
No, I think these are regulation, Trace.
No way.
That's regulation
no,
Oreo.
that is no way.
Yeah, I think so.
Cinnamon or
I mean, this is the. I mean,
They're actually not
you
bad.
want to talk double
I
stuff?
like that.
You would have more of the
I can-
stuffing. Are you talking the width
Shrinkage.
of the cookie?
I can dig that.
girth.
Shrinkage?
cookie,
You
yeah.
really are side-sided.
I can dig that. I can eat those.
This package has experienced shrinkage. 100%.
Yeah, I gotta say because last week I tried the birthday cake one, and I wasn't too pleasant with that one. Somebody brought them in to try on Ralph's show last week, and it wasn't really pleasant. I didn't like it. The birthday cake Oreo cookies.
You know what I got the other day? The Coca-Cola spice. Spice flavor. Spice Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Not good. It tastes like Robitussin. Like people were saying it was giving like apple cider, cinnamon, cranberry. No, it tastes like
Robitussin.
raspberry and cinnamon. It was not good. Yeah, total impulse buy. I had to try it. I was disappointed.
Oh, don't forget, Tracy. I didn't forget. Once we get like halfway through our snacks that we have, we're gonna do a Coca-Cola challenge.
Yes, the Pepsi challenge.
Pepsi
We're doing
challenge.
it.
Yep,
That's
the
right.
Pepsi challenge.
I've been thinking about how we produce that and
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah,
What's your rating?
what?
Your rating.
the rating. We gotta rate the
Oh.
cookie. Yeah, 0 to 10.
Flavor of the week
rate
rating.
that- I'm gonna say a 6.
Okay.
It's good. It could use more cinnamon, and I think the original's better.
I have a question. When you have your Oreos, do you like to put them in some milk?
Yes.
Do you think they'd be better with some milk?
Yes.
That might have brought out
Oh,
the cinnamon
cinnamon
flavor
flavor.
more like your Cinnamon Toast Crunch breakfast cereal.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the hack how to eat an Oreo and dip it in the milk? You get
No.
a fork and you put the fork like
In between.
in the middle, and then you just dunk your fork in the milk.
You're making me think of George and Seinfeld with the fork and the knife eating the candy bars.
You know
How do
what?
you eat yours?
Get yours.
You don't use a fork to eat
Was it
your
a
Oreo?
Snickers bar? Was it a Snickers bar?
It was
You
a Snickers bar. And the next week they all come in with forks and knives.
Forks and knives.
You're gonna laugh at me. I was eating popcorn with a spoon the other day. I was just sitting there. I'm like, this is the way to go for popcorn.
Popcorn.
A spoon?
Yeah, your
Like
hands,
like a dinner spoon, a large
yeah,
spoon.
like a big spoon, like a big
Really?
soup
I
spoon,
like it.
and like your
Yeah,
hands
yeah.
don't get dirty. It's very.
Yeah.
very
I eat my rice with a spoon.
Oh.
A fork, it falls through it.
yeah.
So
Now,
you ever eat your rice
I
with
have
chopsticks?
no idea what the hell these are, except that
Pizza
it's
chips.
pizza.
Oh,
That's all.
remember we
it's
saw
all
that
we
on
need
top
to
of the
know.
shelf. Yeah, we saw that.
Pizza. That's
And we're
all we
like,
need to
ooh,
know.
the
Smart pizza
So,
chips.
Yeah. So I'm concerned.
I'm
with
gonna go.
this.
I think in lieu of the
Wait, before you get that,
the
what's
dry taste test of just these taste as good as an Oreo. And I feel like the cinnamon toast crunch factor with the milk might come through. So I'd give them world. They are not. All right, I got to ask you. Your cousin brought those yellow Oreos once to one of our rehearsals. Janine brought the yellow.
Was it lemon?
What's the ones that come? No, I wouldn't like them if they were lemon.
Vanilla
Or
ones.
vanilla?
Just
The
they weren't.
friggin' vanilla ones are
Vanilla.
good. Yes. Yeah, they're good.
I don't remember.
I think
them.
they're vanilla. The ones in
Vanilla.
the yellow package are very good. So if you like cinnamon, you would
Yeah,
like these,
these.
like if you like the ones
I
in
can
the
go with
yellow.
that.
Yeah.
I'll give it more of a 7 because I agree. Because one, I love cinnamon,
Yeah.
but not to be biased, I could use a little bit more cinnamon to it. And since I'm
I think I'm on
pretty much
par with
I'm
Ruben at
lactose
7.
intolerant,
But you were just
so I
Solid
can't put it in
7.
milk. So I give it a 7.
okay.
All right, smell this.
What's the smell? What's the smell?
Doesn't
Ruben,
smell like
you should
pizza.
be making shorts of these good tryings
It
we do.
smells like SpaghettiOs. Like it's giving Chef Boyardee SpaghettiOs.
Not a bad idea. I think we should do
gonna
it.
give
We'll make
heartburn.
shorts of these.
She took one. That's not
I
a
mean,
test.
I didn't like
It
the
does.
smell.
It smells like that smell. Let me just show everyone real quick.
I don't like the smell of it.
If you
Pizza
don't
chips.
like the smell, you're probably not
There you
going
go,
to like the taste.
We'll see. I'll give it a shake, but I don't think I'm gonna like it.
Jason's going all for it.
Well, I gotta try it. I take flavor of the week seriously.
Yeah.
As
Michelle,
you- as you should.
Michelle
Yeah, we
makes
do.
fun of
We
me
do.
when I
As
was
you should.
the last
We
chips
do.
we had. She goes, "Who places a chip in their mouth like that? Are you a lunatic?" I said,
Like it's
I have to
communion.
give an accurate
It does smell like the
assessment of this."
assessment. Yeah. I like to smell it. So
You said Chef Boyardee.
SpaghettiOs.
I can see what she's saying. SpaghettiOs. I can smell the sauce.
No flavor. I mean, this one has
Let
no
me
flavor.
let me wet the whistle here. Clear the palate. Yeah.
This one looks like it has more flavoring on it.
Flavor of the week number 2.
Yeah. I'm not feeling it.
Very
Yeah.
faint.
Where's my water? Yeah.
When do you ever say a chip needs more seasoning?
I know. I mean, they're
Very
Korean. They're
faint.
Korean. They don't know about pizza. I'm
Put some
sorry.
soy sauce on that fucker.
Yeah, sesame something. No.
It's like I think I taste like a powder sauce to it.
Tomato.
Is,
You know, like
is
if
there
they
a
freeze-dried tomato?
circumstantial good that could be derived from it? If you were eating something else and you had them, I don't
I
even
think-
think
No,
so.
it wouldn't enhance a sandwich in any
no.
way.
You know what? Yeah, I don't think it would.
I give it
enhance
0. 0.
Oh, is that your
Ooh.
first zero?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I think
Tracy
so.
would give it- I think last time Tracy
No,
gave
that
it
was-
0 was over the summer. I think.
It was something from the world's package
package
sampler we
sampler.
got. I forgot some kind of cakes. They were
Okay.
0.
0.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean,
Is it like freeze
like
I go, no, they suck.
Suck.
No. I'm looking at, wait. I'm reading the Korean bag.
I know.
Like it's going to give me an
Trying to.
answer why it sucks.
There is. They do put a sticker on it.
There
Here.
should be, even
Is
our
that- is that
American
the English
product.
version right
if
there?
you think this product sucks, it's because you don't like lime and zesty flavor. They should have something like that.
But
Yeah.
I think the ingredients are in English there. I can't see that, but
I think it is like with
We
a lot
got,
of
we got wheat,
you can read that.
freaking soybean.
You have alien eyes.
Farsighted.
Can't believe you can read that.
We got wheat, we got soybean, milk, and tomato. Korean tomatoes.
Korean tomatoes.
Not Jersey tomatoes.
No, that is.
You
I
let us
mean,
stick to tomatoes, Korea people.
Don't tell
Yeah.
us it's pizza.
It's not.
That was.
nah.
And you know what's sad? Some little kid in Korea is trying this right now going, I thought pizza would be good. It's horrible.
Oh,
Look at them
horrible.
chips.
Pizza's terrible.
Never know what he's missing out on.
Oh, bring him
No.
to Jersey. Poor kid.
Kid.
You gotta take
Poor
him to De
kid.
Laurentiis.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 1. And only because reason why I give it a 1 because it
Because
good
it had
try.
good crunch. The
Nah,
texture's all
for
right.
for effort.
I mean, it
I'm
has
still eating the Oreos.
it has
Yeah.
very little flavor.
No.
Is there another Oreo? I would have an Oreo.
The Oreos are
I
good.
ate the last.
She ate the last one.
We'll go out and get the cinnamon
I
bun
see a
cinnamon-
whole
Oreos.
bag of goodies. It's like blue and white, and I'm like, Oreos.
All right, so
I can't. You didn't even save one for Michelle. That's messed up.
that's a.
You make trouble now. Huh?
Messed up.
Oh, you're supposed to save one for your
Who?
son.
She said they were
I
small. There's
saved
not
him
that
the-
many in here.
He
so.
was dying to get into the pickle jelly beans.
Oh, really?
So I saved him some, and he hated it.
Oh, you
You
did.
did. You hate. Did
They
Jen
were-
hate it? Jen
Jen
liked it.
liked them. Jen
I
didn't
didn't
like
mind
them.
them as much as you did.
I love pickles. Don't that, like.
Not the.
I don't
jelly
know what I
beans.
was expecting
The
it to
jelly
be.
bean
It
pickles.
was like sweet. It just wasn't.
It just wasn't.
I
just
didn't-
wasn't.
Did not like it.
What else?
All right. Well.
all right.
That's gonna wrap us
That's
up.
gonna
for
wrap-
the
I'm gonna
week,
close this
I
out.
think.
Oh, we need an outro, Ruben.
Yeah, we're going to work on that. Me
Yeah.
and Jason will work on the outro.
Let's
All
give it a
right.
shot
Well,
right here.
thanks
You wanna
for
do it now?
tuning in this week.
Try something.
Okay.
We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Well, we were a little late today. There was technical difficulties, but yeah, we'll be back. See ya.
Thank you for watching Tracy and Friends, brought to you courtesy of Hamilton Radio. Tune in next Wednesday.
Nice. Look at that.
Something like that.
Right
Something like
off-
that.
Just off the
All right.
cuff.
Yes.
So-
now,
That's what I'm talking about.
now play the beginning again.
Play in the beginning again.
Take it from the
Now play the beginning of the show
play
again.
the opening.
Close at the beginning.
Play us out with the intro. That's it.
Live from Hamilton Radio Studios from 206 to the 609 and beyond. It's WTF with Tracy and Friends. The most fun you can have on a Wednesday with your clothes on. Now, the 2023 nominee for Best Female Podcast Host, Tracy Brannigan.